I think we are live. Those of you watching this on catch up, thank you for joining, and I hope that you enjoy the practice. Roll out your mat, enjoy. You will need a couple of cushions potentially. If you don't have a yoga bolster, you can just grab some pillows, but otherwise, if you've got a yoga bolster, you can grab your bolster. And we're actually going to get started with a little hi from Tay. So I'm going to let her in, and then we will. If we get her in here with us, accept. Hi, Lorna. Hi, Valda.
Hello, Kathleen.
Hey, Tay. How you
Hi.
doing?
I'm good, and yourself?
I'm good. I'm good. Nice to see your face.
Nice to see you.
It feels like
Thank you
it's
so
been
much.
forever, but it actually hasn't been that long, but it feels like it's been long.
No, definitely. So, on behalf of OhMahGlow, I just want to welcome everyone that has joined the live. Thank you for taking out the time to join us this evening. We hope that you will just allow yourself to be present, to participate, because that's the important thing of the session. We want everyone to participate and not just to watch. I see you. So, try to participate and enjoy it. And we're hoping to have many more of these as OhMahGlow, to nourish, treat, and heal. And what better way than to do that by healing your body and allowing your body to actually just breathe. Because we're so busy with the day to day. So this is a great time just to take back, to breathe in and to breathe out. So thank you so much, Kathleen. I just want to share one more thing though. If you are in the Cape Town area, we will be doing a pop-up at Kenilworth Center. Um, yes, tomorrow and Saturday. So if you're around, come through for free scalp massage. We got you, you know. So we're gonna be massaging
Ooh,
and it's gonna be a great time. So if you are in Cape Town, do come and say hi. So thank you so much. I don't want to speak anymore because we are here for some restorative yoga by none other than Kathleen. So Kathleen, take it over.
thanks so much, Tay. Thank you so much. Have a lovely
Thank
evening. I hope
you.
you enjoy the practice. You better be get on your
Yes,
mat.
I am. I'm definitely going to. And I'll be staying in the comment section as well. So if anybody has questions for me, I will be answering via there.
Thanks, babes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Cool. So welcome everyone. Lovely to see all the names popping up here. As I mentioned right in the beginning, before you get started, just make sure that you grab a couple of cushions if you don't have a yoga bolster. Otherwise, a yoga bolster is fine as well. And we're going to start in a seated position. So I'm hoping we have no tech glitches today. You can come to sit on a cushion. I'm going to sit on my bolster. So you can come to sit on a cushion or just on the floor if that works for you. Either crossing the legs. If sitting cross-legged does not work for you, you're also welcome to take your legs out in front of you or take them into a butterfly pose, whatever works for you. Bring one leg in front of the other. If you're cross-legged, hands down on the thighs or on the knees. You can take a little roll of the shoulders back, level off the head, and when you're ready, you're going to close your eyes. So just bringing ourselves into this present moment and taking a moment to acknowledge what it's taken for you to get to this point. Perhaps that means you had a really, really busy afternoon, a really busy day, a busy week, a busy month, a busy year, a busy few years. And then just land in this moment. Take a moment to genuinely give yourself permission to settle into a space of rest. You've done enough for the day. And you can allow yourself to have this time to just simply rest. Lots happening in our own lives as individuals, but also lots happening within our communities, within our global communities, the world around us. We're moving towards the middle of the year, we're changing seasons, we've changed times, all these things happening at the moment, and everything affects us. And so more than ever, making the time to nourish yourself, to heal and restore. And one of the very simple but very effective ways of doing that is resting, is restorative yoga. So let's just take 3 breaths in together here. In through the nose, out through the nose, in through the nose, out through the nose. Last one, in through the nose, and out through the nose. Keep your eyes closed for a moment longer. And then just take an extra couple of breaths here. And while you do, perhaps taking this time to set an intention for your practice, for yourself, an intention for your health, an intention for the last little bit of this week, an intention for the closing of this month, an intention for the seasons ahead, something that is deeply personal and nourishing to you, almost like a promise that you'd like to keep to yourself, for yourself. And if you're not sure, then perhaps your intention is to simply relax as much as possible. All right, and then the eyes can open. I'm going to move through some gentle neck rolls. So we're going to lower the chin down to the chest. Take your chin up your right collarbone. Lift the chin up towards the sky. Bring the chin down to the left shoulder, left collarbone, and back to center. And then you're going to keep moving like that. You're going to do 4 more rounds in this direction. So 5 in total. Nice and slow, nice and smooth. Letting everything you do on your mat throughout this practice have this energy of nourishment and care and kindness. Keep going. And once those 5 rounds are complete, you will simply change direction. Feeling all those little cracks and cracks. Perhaps it's the first time today that you're paying attention to your breath. Perhaps it's the first time today you're paying attention to your body. So really using this opportunity to just investigate a little bit into how it is you're feeling, and genuinely ask yourself how you're doing. It's often a question that we ask other people 1,000,000 times a day. 1,000 people we ask, how are you? Yet we forget to ask that very simple question to ourselves. All right, once those are complete, slowly raising the head up. If your legs are crossed, you're going to change the cross of the legs. Make sure both sit bones are grounded. We're going to interlace the fingers in front of the chest, flip the palms up to the sky and go full stretch. So just a gentle reach up now, creating space in the side body, lifting the rib cage away from the hips. And then just taking a few little rocks side to side. So over to the right, over to the left. And feel that maybe that little bit of shift in the sit bones. All right, make sure you've done an equal amount to both sides. Pause back in the center, and we're going to twist. So we're going to twist to your right. You're going to bring your right hand behind you, your left hand to your right thigh. Your right fingertips might touch the floor behind you. You might hold onto your bolster. You're going to lift up to the center of the chest and see if you can twist a little deeper to your right. Maybe take the head to look all the way to the right. Taking 3 breaths here. Remember, you're not wanting to add in any stress or strain or tension into the posture. So softening, especially around the face. We tend to clench the jaw or scrunch the eyes or frown the forehead. Try and relax the body. Beautiful. Look forward. Going to just reach up as a transition for our second twist, so that we twist from a little lift. Left hand behind, right hand across. And same thing here. You're lifting nice and tall through the center of the chest, rotating that left collarbone, left shoulder open, looking to your left. And then nice deep breaths. All right, and then let's look forward. We're going to come off our bolster, and we're going to come into our butterfly pose. So some of you might already be in your butterfly pose if you chose that instead of your cross-legged seat. What I'd like you to do here is bring the soles of the feet together. So knees out to the side. You're going to bring your bolster out in front of you. You might need to place an extra cushion or two. So depending on how far forward you're going to go, you might want to place an extra prop underneath the bolster so that it's not as low down. Some of you might be able to go low down. All right. Don't worry about how far you are getting yourself down to the floor. And again, let's take a nice lift up here and then start to hinge from the hip. So you might even bring your arms onto the prop and simply soften the head down. Some of you might reach elbows over the shins, and some of you might rest the head down. So here, you can choose to look to one side or the other. I am going to time this because we're going to be here for a little while. So you could have the forehead straight down, or you could look over to your right. I'm going to time us on each side, so I'll let you know when you can switch to look to the other side. But until then, simply resting, trying to find full relaxation in the body here. So in our restorative yoga practice, we don't really want any part of the body to be uncomfortable, to be floating in the air, to feel like you're going to topple over to one side or the other. You want to try and feel nice and secure and grounded so that you can really give the body permission to relax deeper and deeper. A big part of relaxation is our breath. So often we think that taking a deep breath means the inhale, but actually a deep breath is more about the exhale. Sighing it out. So as many sighs as you need today. This is your chance to sigh everything out that you've been holding on to today this week or this month, sigh it out. It's a beautiful way to release stress in the body. All right, so if you're looking to one direction, you're going to switch and you're going to look over to the opposite direction. Otherwise, if the head was in center, you're just going to keep it there. Same thing here. If you need any little adjustments, feel free to take them, but then as much as possible, try and bring yourself back into stillness. Another beautiful option for this pose is to place two cushions underneath your thighs. So if it feels like the opening of the legs is too much with the legs in the air, you could actually place a cushion underneath each of your thighs, and that offers a beautiful support as well. All right, let's take a last few breaths here. And then you can come back to center and lift yourself all the way up. We're going to place the bolster or your cushions to the side for a moment. And then from here, I'm going to turn just to face you this way. From here, you're going to keep your right leg in an external rotation. So we're going into a little shape called 90-90. Really beautiful. We're going to keep this right leg in an external rotation. I want you to rock onto your right buttocks. Take your left leg, and you can see I'm turning it into an internal rotation. So my right knee is in line with my right hip. My left knee is in line with my left hip. Both the ankles are in line with their knees, and the ankles are flexed. From here, you're going to start to rotate to your right. So you might already start to feel, if you squeeze this left buttocks forward a little bit, you're going to get a nice opening in the front of this left thigh, left hip flexor. You can start to twist to your right as far as feels appropriate for you. You might stay up on your hands, or you might come down onto your elbows. Here, you could also relax the head down. You could stack one fist on the other, allowing for that to be a little pedestal to rest the head on. You could have the palms flat and the head down, and then just feeling into the shape. You can relax through the feet now, and just filling the body with the breath, letting the muscles and the tissues relax into this new shape. And so in our restorative practice, in our yin yoga practice, they're a little bit different with these yin postures. We might not have all the props. We get a little deeper into the tissues, but it can be as restorative. And so very normal to feel intensity, especially holding a pose for a long amount of time. You might notice that all the mind wants you to do is move to the next pose and the next pose and the next pose. But there really is beauty and a lot of healing to be found when we simply pause and when we stay in a shape for a little longer than we think we need it. All right, you're going to press into your hands. Bring yourself back up to sit. Bring this left leg back into the butterfly pose, into your external rotation. And then you'll switch right leg into the internal rotation now. Left leg stays in the external rotation. You've got your knees in line with your hips, your ankles in line with your knees, your ankles are flexed. And you're going to start to twist. Give a little squeeze in this right buttock to get this beautiful opening in the front of this right thigh and the right hip flexor. Start to twist to your left. And again, you might stay up on your hands. Or you might go down to your elbows. You might come all the way down onto the hands. So just see how you go. This practice really is not about forcing anything. It's not about where we think we should be. It's rather about supporting the body in where it is right now. So being truthful and honest with yourself and meeting yourself where you are and letting this practice support you. Yoga is a practice of healing and repair. It is preventative medicine. It is there to support you and not to push you, not to force anything. So if you feel any pain, any pinching pain or anything like that, then rather back off and readjust. But if you haven't moved your body in a while, if you've been sitting at your computer all day, then yes, you might find some of the postures might bring a sensation of discomfort. But can you meet that discomfort with a really soft breath? Sigh out any tension, any stress in the body. And when we start to release stress out of the body, we start to release stress out of the mind. All right, again, pressing into your hands if you come all the way down. Come up to sit. This time though, you can just slide this right leg in. You're going to rotate yourself to come onto all fours. We're going to find a supported child's pose. So again, taking your bolster or taking your cushions. You can take your knees nice and wide apart. You're going to be on the tops of the feet. Bolster will move in between the thighs. So I want you to make sure that as you lay your body down and you bring your head down, that the head is able to rest comfortably on the cushion. Another option is, if the buttocks are quite high away from the feet, is to place another cushion between the buttocks and the heels so that that is nice and supported as well. All right, otherwise, nice long spine. Feel the torso supported. And then from here, lift your elbows for a moment. Feel how the chest might sink down a little more. I like to rotate my palms up so that there's no resistance down into the earth, but there's rather more of a feeling of surrender. And then let's all look over to the left. You're going to stay here a little longer than those previous poses. So allow yourself to go into full rest mode now. If child's pose is not available to you at all, you could move into your butterfly pose again, or you could even have the legs maybe out in front of you, having the bolster underneath the chest. So just see how you go. And so I don't want to talk too much in these longer holds, in these postures, because I want to give you that bit of space to just be in the quietness and in the stillness. So we trust that this connection is stable for this session. And so if there is a little bit of stillness and quietness, don't worry too much if I'm still here, because I am still here. Give yourself permission to rest, to close your eyes, and to fully relax. We're going to be here for a little bit longer. We're all going to switch to look over to our right. And again, eyes closed. And you can do little check-ins with yourself along the way, just making sure you're not frowning, and that the top and bottom teeth are separate. The tongue is relaxed down from the roof of the mouth. Belly is soft and relaxed. Hips are soft and relaxed. And enjoy the last few moments here. And then we'll come back to center with the head. Press up. Place all your props to the side. And come onto all fours into your tabletop position. So just releasing the body a little bit before we move into our next static pose. You're going to take your right foot, step it back, tuck the right toes under, and then just take a few little pulses forward and back. So it should feel quite nice now to stretch open the bottom of the foot, get into the calf muscle, and open the back of that knee. Switch legs. All right, bring the left leg back in. Going to move through a few rounds of cat-cow. So very gently moving into your cow pose. Your sit bones are going to lift up to the sky. Chin is going to lift, ears curl back. And then opposite for your cat, tuck navel to spine. Tuck the chin in, tuck the tailbone down. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Last one like that. Inhale, cow. And exhale, cat. And into a neutral spine. I want you to take your legs back until you bring yourself all the way down onto your belly. We're going to find our Sphinx pose. So here, readjusting the pelvis so that you're nice and comfortable with the legs. Elbows are shoulder distance, palms out in front of you. And so here, you might want to bring either a yoga block if you have one, or a couple of your cushions. You could use your bolster as well out in front of you maybe to rest the forehead on. So important here is that the shoulders or that the elbows are as wide as the shoulders, and the elbows can actually be a little forward of the shoulders, that the pubic bone is pressing down and the inner thighs are rolling slightly up. And then from there, relaxing the head down. So sometimes it feels nice to just hang the head down without any support, but it can be a bit much on the muscles between the shoulder blades and in the neck. I prefer a support here. You have your head on your cushions, on your block. The previous rounds, we're not going to move the neck to look left or right. I want you to keep your neck neutral. Feeling here how we are counterposing. Rounded posture of the upper back. Part of the spine, upper back, the shoulders, that's always kind of rounded forward. Now we're sending the shoulder blades forward, the collarbones broad, the shoulders down the body. Feeling like the center of the chest is lifting forward. Also a really beautiful posture to stimulate digestion, especially if you start going into a few deeper breaths, moving that diaphragm up and down within the body. All right, and then we'll lift the head up. If this is enough for you to stay here in your Sphinx, if you feel like you're getting enough opening here, you could simply place the hands back down again. If you want to go a little deeper, hands can move a little wider. They're quite far forward. You're going to press into your hands, and as you lift the elbows, you'll get a little deepening into the posture. So you're lifting up a little taller, moving a little deeper into that extension of the spine. I'm not flinging my head back. Head is nice and neutral. Shoulders are relaxed down. And it's almost like I'm trying to pull my chest forward through my arms. One more breath. Yeah. And then the elbows can lower. Once more, you're going to place your prop to the side. All right, so then we're going to move into what we call our flopping fish. So from here, you're going to take your right leg out to the side. As we did earlier in that 90-90, your right knee is in line with your right hip. Your right ankle is in line with your right knee. Your left arm is going to go to the side of the left side of the body. Palm is facing up. And the right hand or the right arm is going to move out to the right. Elbow bent at 90 degrees, right palm down, and you're resting on the left side of your head. And once you're there, once you're comfortable, you allow the body to fully release. So beautiful opportunity here again to move through that full body scan. See which parts of the body are holding on to tension, which parts of the body are unable to release. And can you breathe in a little deeper, and on your exhales, try and soften and relax those areas of the body. Again, I'm going to keep my talking to a minimum here because I simply want to allow you and give you the space to experience the posture, keeping your focus inward, keeping yourself present. Notice if the mind wants to pull you out of the present moment. Very normal. And then we learn with awareness to bring ourselves back right here, right now, aware of every inhale and every exhale. All right, so to switch sides, you're going to extend your right leg back behind you and readjust the pelvis as you need. Right arm will move next to the right side of the body on the back of that hand, looking to your left. Left elbow bends into 90 degrees, left knee bends into 90 degrees, and you're resting on the right side of the head. Adjust as you need, but then try and find some stillness. Ultimately, being as still as you can, allowing all the limbs, arms, legs to soften, become heavy, and relax down. Feel the whole torso become heavier, the head become heavier. right, so to come out of this, extend the left leg, bring the left hand slightly back, bring the head to center, bring the right hand in, and really slowly press yourself back onto all fours. Opportunity here to move through another few rounds of cat-cow if you feel like that would feel good in your spine. Also, opportunity to take a downward dog if that feels like it might feel good in your body, just to take a nice long stretch out. And then from here, we're going to come to lie on our backs. And as you bring yourself onto your back, please bring your cushions or your bolster next to the right side of your body, so next to your right hip. You're going to lay yourself down. And then once you're down, right leg is going to stay where it is. You're going to bring your left knee to your chest. We're going to prepare for a nice supported twist. So take your hips a little to the left side of your mat. Roll onto your right hip. So you're still trying to keep both your shoulder blades on the mat. And then adjust your cushion as you need to support the left knee and the left foot. So again, very restorative feeling here where everything is supported. You could be looking up, you could relax the head to your right. Right arm can open out into a T shape. Left arm can open out into a T shape. And then again, eyes can just close. And breath just deepens here. Full relaxation. If you need to adjust, as always, adjust. And then just let the body soften and relax. Eyelids are closed. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Continuously disconnecting from other people's energy if you need to do that. And push it all out of your space. And just be. Make sure not to forget about the breath. The breath still moving in and out very, very smoothly as you fill the lungs, feeling that transition at the top of your inhale, and then switching to the exhale as you empty all the way out. Again, awareness of the bottom of the exhale before the body invites the next breath in. All right. So to come out of this, you're going to slide your left foot back so that the left foot lands on the mat. Press into the left foot, slide the hips to the right, and then bend the right knee, place the right foot on the floor. As you need to move so that you can change, bolster over to the left, readjust on your mat, and then it is the left leg to extend, right leg to come to chest. A little squeeze here for a moment. And then the hips shift a little to the right of the mat so that as you roll over, The whole pelvis doesn't shift to the left side of the mat, but rather you try and keep a line from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Adjust your bolster or your cushions as you need to. Try bring that right shoulder blade down to the floor. Right arm extends out in line with right shoulder. Left arm extends out in line with left shoulder. You either have the head neutral up or looking over to your left. And then relax through the legs. Exhale out. Take those sighs. Take those yawns. If you think the body is relaxed, can you try relax it just a little more? Often we think that we have gone into full relaxation, but we're so used to holding so much stress and tension that we don't even realize we're doing it. So let's soften the face, the neck, the shoulders, the chest. Let's soften the belly, the hips, the legs, and the feet. Soften the arms and the hands. Take a big sigh out. Let it go. Let it go. Bring your awareness to the tip of your nose as you feel the cool air move in through the nostrils and the warm air move out the nostrils. And perhaps you can even become aware a little more of the sound of the breath as it moves in and out of the body. The breath in itself becoming a meditation. All right, so from here, same way to come out as we did. Slide the right foot back, left foot on the floor, bring the spine onto the mat. And then again, before our final resting pose, a little bit of movement. So bringing the knees to the chest. You could either hold onto the knees or the hands could stay resting either side of the hips. You're just going to separate the legs apart, move through a few hip rolls. So legs moving independently from one another, rolling those femur bones around in the hip sockets. You can change direction. All right, and then we're going to place the feet down on the mat. Feet are hip distance. Arms are going to reach up and back behind you, back of the hands on the floor. Pressing firmly into the feet, taking a gentle bridge pose here. So lifting up the hips, getting a nice stretch open of the belly, getting a bit of an inversion of the pelvis. And then slowly rolling down. For our final resting pose, we're going to bring the cushion or the bolster or cushions underneath the thighs. And take your left leg out to the left, right leg out to the right. You really want to feel here that your lower back feels nice and secure. And then placing a cushion underneath the head. So if you got an extra cushion, grab that. Place a cushion underneath your head so that you make sure that your nose is slightly higher than your chin. Arms are going to open out to the side. You can draw the shoulder blades a little together, broadening the collarbones. Feel for the feet really flopping out and relaxing. If you had something to place across your eyes, you could place a scarf across your eyes or a jersey or anything you have with you. Really nice just to block out the light and also to kind of aid and assist the eyelids in staying closed. Notice how when the hands relax, the fingers curl inwards. And how when the belly relaxes, it moves. And so not forcing the breath now, just observing. Observing any physical sensation in the body. If there are thoughts, memories, emotions, feelings that come up, let it come up and then let it pass. Don't steal away these last moments here on your mat by indulging the mind or indulging the ego and already traveling off into the rest of your evening or the rest of your week or your to-do lists. Keep yourself present. Honor this practice and gift yourself these last few moments of stillness and connection. And keep just allowing the breath to flow in and out of the body, just observing it. Maybe hearing the breath move, maybe feeling it in different parts of the body. Perhaps you feel the pulsing of blood through the body in certain parts. All of these things, indications of your aliveness of this moment. Give yourself the permission to rest here just a little longer, keeping the eyes closed and just letting the body be soft, full rest, full softness. Just letting the body be still, the mind and the heart. If you have time to stay here a little longer, I can highly recommend spending some more time on your mat. If you're needing to move, you'll start to bring a little more movement back into the body by gently moving your fingers and your toes, and then the hands and the feet and the arms and the legs, until you find a full body stretch, reaching the arms behind you and pointing your toes out in front of you. Give a nice deep breath in through the nose and a sigh out through the mouth. You can bend the knees. We're not going to kind of fling ourselves up. You're slowly going to roll onto your side and gently press yourself up in your own time, no rush whatsoever, to bring yourself into a seat, perhaps to close your practice, but you're welcome to stay lying down. As we started, we'll bring the palms onto the thighs and close the eyes, bringing your intention that you set in the beginning of this practice back into your awareness. Bring a full 360 back to this moment now, yet a completely new version of yourself. Feel that intention in your heart, something that you can take with you off your mat. Placing one hand and the other over the heart space, taking a moment of gratitude to yourself for making this time to fill your own cup. Moment of gratitude for our bodies and how they hold us in this world. Gratitude to the practice of yoga, all its teachers, and all the lessons we learn on and off our mats. And I thank each and every one of you who showed up to do this practice. It's been a pleasure. Let's take a final breath in together. And a sigh out. And when you're ready, your eyes can open. Thank you for joining. If you're doing this on catch up, I'm so glad that you made it to this practice. I hope that you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, leave it in the comments or send me a direct message. I would be happy to chat. Those of you who were here live with me this evening, thank you so much for joining. That was really lovely for me to facilitate, to guide you through. I hope that you all enjoyed that. See, my mom is here. Yay! Thanks for joining, moms. I hope that you all enjoyed that. These poses are really magical when you get into them. It can be a challenge to be in the longer holds, but that really is where a lot of the magic lies. You want to try and make yourself as comfortable as possible. If anyone has any questions, feel free to pop them in the comments now. Lorna, such a pleasure getting lots of yoga in this week, Lorna. Let me know if you have any questions. Tay, thank you so much for being here as well. Prativa, it is amazing the difference between the beginning and the end. It really is a whole like rebirth that you can have within 60 minutes, and that's the beauty of this practice. You know, it's the beauty of 5 breaths, of taking just 5 breaths and noticing how that can change everything. Balda, such a big pleasure. Thank you so much for joining. Everyone, wishing you a beautiful evening. Such a pleasure, everyone. Thank you for joining. Thank you, Leela. Thank you. Such a pleasure, everyone. Wishing you a beautiful evening ahead. Please feel free to get in touch if you ever have any questions. And I look forward to seeing you all on the mat soon again. Much love. Bye.